What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dab Day up in the building. Got a very special guest for y'all. She is a bottle girl, entrepreneur, CEO in the building. Give it up for Miss Jasmine. How you doing, sister?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good.
That's good.
How
That's
are you?
good. I'm doing pretty good. So, in all seriousness, we're gonna talk about one special topic: the dating
Yes,
culture.
but I have to keep clearing up how you intro me because it's not true.
Oh Lord, what you mean
I'm
it's
not
not
a
true, sister?
CEO. It's not.
Oh, you say you ain't a CEO.
I'm
Maybe
not.
maybe in your you could be a CEO. You know, you gotta strive for greatness. You gotta strive for
But I gotta
greatness.
get the mentality, huh?
Yeah, yes, most definitely. So we're gonna talk about the dating culture and how it's turning into the hookup culture. So, what are your thoughts on like dating culture as a whole?
Ooh, I don't really have any. I feel like just as quickly as I kind of got into dating, I kind of got out of it because yeah, it's not really. People want to get to know you for the most part, but sometimes it's for the wrong reasons. You don't
Yeah,
realize that till after the fact, and therein lies the hookup culture. Everybody just wants to taste the rainbow, so to speak.
yeah, I feel that. I mean, I've seen the dating. I've been in the dating game for a little bit, and what I've seen is not good. It just people be where that bag at, where that money at. Yeah,
I
rich
mean,
nigga,
there
that's
are
my type. I'm like, yo, what the hell? What happened to courting and stuff like that? Nah, what a bag. I'm like, god damn, shit. We
I
trying to get
mean,
to know y'all.
there's those types, but not every woman is like that. I feel like most women who get to that point really, they have been pushed to that, or that's all they value. But most women don't care about what a man has, because a real woman, a mature woman, knows that what a man has does not necessarily define him.
That's very true. That's
I
very
had to
true.
learn that the hard way. Some of the guys who had the most things as far as like materials go treated me the worst. So
Mm. Oh Lord. Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing a whole lot of stuff in the terms of dating game. I'm not gonna go into detail with that, but let's just say from a personal experience, it's not looking good at all. And I feel like the problem is people are not connecting with people. Nobody wants to sit down and have a conversation and actually do the courting. Everybody just after everything on both sides. You got people on the women's side who want the bag. You got the dudes on the other side who just want sex and
mhm.
put they. I'm just go out and say it. I don't care if people get offended. They just want to put their bit inside a woman and that's it. They're like, oh,
And vice versa. Some women they want to get with men for the wrong reasons. But I feel like, especially when you're dating, you have to know your worth and you have to stand in it, and you can't settle for anything less. So that's what that boils down to. And then as far as connection goes, I feel like there's a lot of reasons why maybe men and women, or whoever, men and women. There's a lot of reasons why people don't connect with people. A lot of people have been hurt or have some past traumas, and they keep a wall up. So I feel like that needs to be explored.
yeah, most certainly does. Most certainly does. Like I know people they got a wall up. They want to guard themselves because they don't want to get hurt again. And from
Hmm.
that perspective, I understand it. I've seen some stuff, and I have some friends who've been through some things and everything. That's why they have a wall up. And of course, you got some people out there who say that, man, all black women want thugs and stuff. I said that's not true, brother. But they probably experienced some bad
But
experiences, and they gonna think that all black women want thugs. Like, that's not true, brother. But it goes to show you.
that's definitely not true. That's the false narrative.
hmm But it goes to show you how people have been hurt and traumatized to the point where they think that every black woman is like that, and that's not true. Not all black women are like that. There are some women who are, and the women who are, they're gonna have to deal with everything that comes with dating a
Well,
thug.
I feel like if you feel like every black woman is like that, you're attracted to the wrong black women.
Mm.
Like, just don't project that onto black women. What is it about you that's that's having you meet women like this. You know?
That's very true. Very true.
A lot of times men don't take accountability, but no, what is it that you're doing that's attracting this type of woman? Or when you first meet a woman, are you flashing money? Are you showing her you can provide all these things just to try to get in her pants? And then once the thrills run out, oh, she a gold digger. That's all she wants. Like, men gotta keep it real too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But on the other side, you have some women who say, "Oh, these niggas ain't shit. Ain't gonna be shit. These niggas ain't nothing. Ain't gonna be nothing." And I'm like, well, what are the men you are attracting? Why do you keep attracting these men?
That's true. That's true too. I will say, like, even me, like, that's where going accountable comes in at. I found myself saying, I date the same type of person in a different type of people. Like, I date the same person in a different body. But you have to hold yourself accountable, you know?
Yeah.
And realize, okay, well, maybe I attract these type of people because I haven't healed this in myself. What if I feel like any love is better than, like, no love or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people just feel like anything because they don't want to be alone.
Yeah. But you gotta learn that the best love is self love, because when you learn to love yourself, you learn how other people should treat you and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be going around there searching for love when you don't even love yourself. That's what the problem is. Nobody wants to connect everything because they probably hate themselves. That's what they're going around, and they get into any type of relationship as long as it's a relationship. I'm like, that's a problem.
Exactly right. If you don't care for yourself, then you'll settle for anything. Like back when I was younger and maybe more insecure, it's a lot of things I let fly that I wouldn't dare let fly now. A lot of red flags and stuff I'll look past, but now, no, it's a lot of stuff I'm not going for. Because as you get older, you know your worth, you become more comfortable in yourself, and you know what you want.
Yeah.
So I would say if you really want to like be in this dating game, get time to know yourself. Date yourself. Hell, figure out what you like to do. What makes you feel good.
Exactly. That's why I keep telling my people out here, like, hey, listen, people, if you dating the women, I tell you, dude, if you dating the women will come and go. You gotta love yourself, brother. If you like to work out, do that. If you like to do whatever, do whatever. You just gotta take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else. Because nobody can love you like you love yourself. Even your parents, even your people, even your closest friends. They might betray you, but you can't betray yourself. That's the worst thing you can do, is betray yourself. That's the real problem. Because when you betray yourself, then all bets are off. So let's talk about not only the problem with the dating culture, but how people have been taught. Because I feel like at some point in terms of dating culture, you gotta look back on who's teaching these people to do this. Like, if these women out here are gold digging and stuff like that, who is teaching that? Somebody's teaching them that. Or if they don't know, who don't know how to date, somebody's teaching you what to do and what not to do. And I feel like a lot of people have not been taught traditional values growing up. Like growing up, I'm old school. I like to court women and take them out on dates and stuff, and do old school type of things, open the door, that type of thing. And recently, I've come across some people who like, oh, I don't, no dude has ever opened the door for me and stuff, and they're like, oh, or they get around, they're like these dudes and stuff like that. Oh, I need a dude who's gonna throw me around. I'm like, okay, who taught you that? At some point, you gotta look back at that. Who taught you that? Who taught you that?
You met somebody who told you that?
Nah, I'm saying that. Oh, they're shocked. They're like, oh, I never had a man like open the door for me, or I never had
a lot of times you don't. A lot of times you can kind of like not be used to certain things based on your experiences.
Yeah.
Like, I know for me, a lot of times, okay, I'm going to be honest, a lot of times for me, it's hard to almost let a man lead in certain ways because I'm so used to being independent. Like, as far as, like, it's not that I don't appreciate it, but it's kind of just like I don't expect it, if that makes sense. But I've kind of learned for myself, like, okay, be more vulnerable as a woman. Like, put your heart out there. Tell them how you feel. Like, don't always feel like you have to be like a strong person or a
Yeah.
person who seems in control. Like, unleash your vulnerability as a woman. And so that's what I'm going to do going forth with my next relationship.
That's good. That's
I,
good. Well, at least you growing, at least you
I
improving
think
and everything.
so. Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. And I also want to talk about how sometimes your parents can set you on the path of you dating because, like I said, if I speak for myself. My parents taught me the traditional, old school way of dating people and everything, and that's basically what works for me because
Right.
that's what I've been taught. That's how I was raised, and honestly, that's how I was trained. But I feel like a lot of people have not been trained the correct way. You can have a two-parent household, but if nobody's sitting there and teaching you the correct way, then that goes to show you that, hey, this is where you're gonna date certain people and what have you. So I want to ask you a personal question: did your parents taught you how to properly engage in a man and with a man and everything, and how a man's supposed to treat you and a man's supposed to court you, or did you learn this all by yourself growing up?
I mean, without going into too much detail, did I grow up seeing what a healthy, functioning relationship was? No. And so, a lot of times when you do see like a bad example or something, when you come across it in your life as an adult, you don't know that it's a red flag. You don't know that it's a problem. You're used to seeing it. Or maybe you know it's a problem, but you're a little more tolerant of it.
Yeah,
You
well,
know, so you can learn things in your childhood that follow you into adulthood. Like, but I feel like the older you get, you just have to realize, okay, no, something is wrong, and you have to be strong enough to go the other way.
I most certainly agree with you on that because when it comes to dealing with bad relationships and what have you, if you don't grow up in a positive environment or a positive household, it can lead you to do disastrous things. Like, for example, Chris Brown. There was a documentary I watched of him, and he told his story about how he grew up where his mom and his dad, they his dad mom was just getting beat up by his dad and stuff, and his dad was basically abusing his mom, and he thought that was normal. And so when he got in a relationship with Rihanna and he hit her, he just like, well, I thought that was normal because that's all I grew up around, where just my dad just beating my mom and stuff, and he didn't realize that that's not normal and that's not okay. Partially because he didn't know any better, because he grew up around that, around a dude hitting a woman and beating up a woman and stuff. And some women out here growing up, they see um, the mom getting abused by
So,
their dad and stuff, or they see
right,
broken
I'll
families or
say
broken
this,
households, and that's what turns
not
them
to
into that.
not to like disrupt your thought process, but I'll say this: when you're a kid and you see that, okay, you don't know really, but as you become an adult, you do know right from wrong. But I will say they think, they think it's an efficient means of control, especially if they might have seen their mom or their aunt or whoever stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They know better, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, okay, well, this is the only way I know how to react if a woman makes me angry. They don't know any better. They
yeah,
don't. They don't know anything else. It's like when you have to teach pre-K not to hit each other or not to pinch each other when they're mad. Like if you've seen a certain relationship style, then of course when you're in a relationship, you're gonna mirror that, whether you even really intend to or not. It happens.
yeah. And then I've seen also it could go down to going back to what you've been taught. I've seen basically I had a one of my homegirls, and she basically was like talking about how you know how her mama had her when she was 16, and then she's having a daughter
I'm thinking
as
middle part. I'm thinking middle part. Yeah.
and then basically she had a daughter at 16, and then her grandmama, going back to her grandmama, oh, my grandmama had my mom at 16, or mom had me at 16. It goes down the line of just, hey, this is what you've been taught and stuff. And if you don't know any better, then if that's all you know, then you're gonna stick to that, whether you, like you said, whether you know it or not. And that's feel like, hey, that's I feel like, hey, people are not being taught the correct way or the right way to date or to get in a relationship. They just think, oh, well, if this is how it goes and stuff, then it is what it is. But people need to be taught the correct way and everything by the parents. And that's why I
Right.
feel like a lot of things
Or
going on.
sometimes, right. Or sometimes you're not gonna be. You have to realize too. Okay, my mom or maybe my dad is incapable of showing me the man or woman I need to be in my relationship or in my life period. And so that's when you have to take accountability and kind of like take things into your own hands. Like I realized growing up, I'm like, okay, you know what? Some things that I need from my parents, they're not capable of giving to me. They're not capable of it because they never had it, or they might just be in a place in their life they can't show me that. I know that you can't, not to be too revealing, but I know with my mom, I don't really think she could really tell me what to expect in a relationship because I don't think her and my dad has been the best. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So certain things that I may feel the way about, she doesn't feel the way about. Like certain things she would tolerate, I wouldn't tolerate. So, she kind of has that mentality of, okay, well, if you're in a marriage, no matter what's going on, tough it out. I don't think that whether you're in a marriage relationship, if it's toxic, if it's not making you feel good, then you have the option to walk away. So, yeah, you just have to make a choice.
Yeah. And my thing is, if you tolerate, if you think things is if people who do bad things to you, is because at some point you got to hold yourself accountable. And the reason why some people are doing it is because people allow it. For example, I knew one of my homegirls, she was in a relationship with this dude, and she knew the dude was cheating, and he would constantly cheat and stuff. She's like, I want to be in a relationship with him, but he's always cheating and stuff. I said, why don't you just leave? She goes, well, yeah, but I still like him and stuff. I said, what? The man is cheating.
Stay in a relationship for different reasons, be it genuinely loving that person, financial, maybe the status. People stay in toxic stuff for a lot of reasons, but at the end of the day, you have to put your mental health first. And no matter what, you should always choose you. And if you have children, you and the children should come before any toxic relationship that you have with some man or woman, because that could almost be a different topic of itself, how relationships affect children, how a bad relationship can affect children. So you have to think, when you're dating or when you're dating someone, think about how that person's actions can affect your children. Do you want your children seeing this and thinking it's okay?
Yeah, there's certain things that go into when raising a child. That hey, if you see have your child being raised, if you have them see that, they're gonna grow up and believe that mentality. Well, that's gonna be a discussion for another time. But I want to talk about this last discussion about how you have certain dating coaches and dating people out there giving advice, quote unquote. And one of the most popular dudes to come up, especially in the black community, he's online. He is a quote unquote dating expert. He goes by the name of Kevin Samuels. I know a lot of people want to have me discuss him and everything. So overall, what is your thoughts on Kevin Samuels as a dating coach, as a dating guru, and your personal thoughts about him?
Well, I don't think about Kevin Samuels. It's his platform. He can do what he wants with it. But I feel like the way he comes at people is unacceptable. I'm a strong
really?
believer in, Yeah, I'm a strong believer in you don't have to bring someone down in an attempt to build them up. I think that's a cop out for bullies.
Mm. Well, I would have to slightly disagree with you, sister, because I've listened to Kevin Samuels' content just to get a feel of what the man is like and how he talks to the people. And I feel that he is telling black women what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Because for so long, black women have been told what they need to hear. Excuse me, what they want to hear, not what
But
they
by
need to hear.
who?
Well, by these preachers, by sometimes by their parents and what have you. And I feel like Kevin Samuels, he's trying to build relationships and long lasting marriages because I've heard some of his content, and basically this man is traditional, but the thing is with him is that he basically telling people tough love to be like, hey, listen, I need, if you're going to go after quote unquote high value successful men, you need to know where they are. You need to work on yourself. You need to improve who you are as a person and stuff, and stop thinking that people are just gonna come to you automatically. It don't work like that. You gotta you do some self improvement and everything. And I've seen.
Right. But I mean, the same can be said about to men. I mean, okay, so whenever somebody brings up a high value man, I always slightly roll my eyes because what exactly is a high value man? Are we just talking about a man who makes a lot of money?
When it comes to high value men, the definition can be in different ways, but the core definition is a person who's successful, a guy who takes care of himself, a guy who's basically got his shit together financially, physically, emotionally, and stuff like that, and can basically provide and protect the woman, keep the woman safe and everything. And of course, you know, the woman finds the man attractive and whatever, and is his character and his morals are correct. Now, how Kevin Samuels defines it as, oh, it's just a whole lot of money and stuff, and he got nice cars. I slightly disagree with him on that perspective because you can have a whole lot of money, but your moral standards and stuff can be corrupt. You could be cheating and stuff.
And that's
And
exactly my point because some of the most quote unquote successful men with cars, money, the job, they be the most corrupt ones. The most, yeah, those be the worst ones. They be the ones to watch out for. So I say it really comes down to now. Okay, so okay, so no, I don't think you should. I don't think when it comes to dating, I don't think you should expect more than what you can bring.
mm-hmm.
Why do I look like wanting a six-figure man or whatever if I'm not even striving to get six figures? I don't have to make that, but I'm not striving to get six figures or nothing. I don't know. I always kind of side eye when somebody's like, "Oh, well, I need my man to have this type of money or that type of money," because at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's nice, but it doesn't matter. And I feel like sometimes in the world of internet, people can get so wrapped up in their own narrative that it kind of leaves reality a little bit. Because at the end of the day, all types of men, all types of women are attracted to different type of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, for me, like, okay, me for example, Kevin Samuels, he would, I don't know, he probably wouldn't think I'm much of anything. I'm definitely plus size. Um,
I know I've seen how he go rails against plus size women and stuff, and he be going against them saying you're overweight and stuff like that. What you need? You want a 6 figure man and stuff. And
right, I'm definitely plus size, and you know, he probably wouldn't think that a man of a high value or whatever would be attracted to me. But at the end of the day, it really just comes down to knowing who you are as a person, because you never know. You can never sell yourself short because that high value man or quote unquote high value woman, they might really like you, but you too busy thinking about what you not, so you're not gonna attract nobody.
mm-hmm. That's why I tell people you gotta know yourself and know your self worth and everything, and know that you
Right.
matter
So
and stuff like
I
that.
don't know. I feel like when it comes to relationship gurus and stuff, people better pray to God because listening to a Kevin Samuels that can only go so far.
Yeah, when it
And
came to
like,
him.
and like, okay, so, and when you say he tells black women what they want to, what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, for me that's kind of problematic because people, what's this narrative that black women are coddled? We're really not. We're really not. In our relationships, we're not even coddled. And I'm a black woman, and I've seen a lot of black relationships, and I can say 9 times out of 10, black women are not coddled, not even in marriages. So I think that's a false narrative. And I'll say sometimes it's not what Kevin Samuel says, but it's how he says it.
Mm.
And approach is everything, especially when you're dealing with women. We're sensitive. I'll tell you right now, if you tell me something and I don't like the way you're saying it, you automatically getting toned out. That's just the way I'm set up. So I feel like if you gonna speak to women, or black women specifically, you gotta know your audience. It's not that we need to be coddled, but some women is not. We don't respond well to you yelling at us, or we don't respond well to what we feel like is like just harsh criticism. Like the way he talks to some people is just too much. At the end of the day, if a sis with 5 kids and 3 baby daddies want to say she want a 6-figure man, let her say that. And if the Lord bless her with it, well then hallelujah. But the way he be putting people down, it's just too much.
Well, if a woman says that she had 3 kids and stuff, how's she going to attract a high quality man? Those type of high quality successful men are not going to be attracted to her because of she got basically 3 kids and
I mean,
stuff.
I think that's kind of. I don't think that high value men will be attracted to that by and large. But I'm not gonna say it's impossible. What if I got 3 kids? I'm a single mom, but I work in a law firm. I might be an attorney, or I might be a secretary, or I work around these types of people.
Yeah, you could have the law degree and have you, but as a man, as if I'm a high
And
value
it's
man and stuff, I'm just saying from high value man perspective, they're looking at all the packages like okay, she's a lawyer and stuff like that, she's successful, but them kids and stuff like they might not want to deal with a type of person or a type of woman that has kids and stuff
they
because
might
it's
not.
gonna turn them off. It might turn them off in some way.
It might, but at the end of the day, if somebody wants to be with you, they'll take on whatever what comes with you. I'm not gonna say it happens by and large, but it happens.
Mm.
So if that person, if that so-called high value man or woman is not feeling you, then they're not for you.
Yep. You gotta do what's best for you and everything, and there's always gonna be somebody that's gonna be attracted to you, whether if it's a regular dude and everything or a plus size woman. If a plus size woman is attracted to a skinny man or vice versa, then that's what works the best for them. And you gotta do what's best for
Right?
you and what
Just
have you.
do you. You can't. I mean, I don't know. I don't listen to people like Kevin Samuels because in my opinion, he's mostly negative, and I feel like we have enough negativity in the world, and that's my only thing. If people get life from him and he's insightful for somebody, then God bless it. But for me, that's not who I want to get any guidance from.
Yeah, my final thoughts on Kevin Samuels is this. I agree with some of what he says about how you need to take care of yourself, you need to get your shit together and everything and become the best
For
version of
sure, but
yourself.
you need that for you. Period. Not even a man or woman.
Yeah, exactly. But I disagree with him is how you basically talk down to women and everything. I do notice that he does that at times. At other times, he tells them the advice that, hey,
Which is
I'm
very
telling you what you
feminine,
need
if
to
I might
hear.
add.
Yeah, I seen it a couple of times where he's like, oh, he's talking down. It seems like he's talking down, come across, he's talking down to them and everything. In some cases, I've seen where he basically tells them the reality that, hey, listen, if you're seeking a 6-figure dude, what have you, you're gonna have to go certain places and attract them and everything, and like basically go where they are and know who they are as a person and connect with them. Don't just expect them to come to you. So I agree with him on that. But there's some things I agree with him with, some things I disagree with him with. But I feel like overall with dating gurus in general, I feel like half of the time is bullshit, and half of the time they're giving you quote unquote advice. Because half of the time, what I've seen most of these quote unquote YouTube dating coaches is most of them are basically hurt dudes. They admit it at one point in their videos, talking about, well, I had a woman hurt me and stuff, and I did everything right. I cooked for her. I took care of her. I did everything right. I did everything society told me to do, and she cheated on me or she did something to me and stuff. And I realized the quote unquote truth, and I quote unquote woke up, and I realized that these women out here, all they do is want thugs and stuff. And I said, brother, that's just that one woman, brother. You can't honestly, seriously believe that all women are like this, brother. But I've seen these dating coaches and stuff, and then what's worse, some people believe that mess. Where it's just like, oh, see, brother, you know, what Kevin Samuel said is, you know, all black women want thugs, or they only want these thugs and felons, or what this other dating coach, he called himself Steph is cold and stuff. He basically goes on there talking about, well, oh, you know, all black women want thugs, or the alpha in the black community, the leader in the black community is a thug. I said no, that's not true. You can't simply
As a
believe
black
that.
man, you shouldn't even have that mentality. But see, oh God, it's like it's a whole topic. It's a whole nother topic, Daniel. We have to
Yeah.
change the way we see ourselves. If you're a black man saying that the alpha in the black community is a thug, then you be the black man to change that.
Yeah. You can't just go around and be like, oh, black women are thugs. I'm like, that's a problem with some of these people. You're admitting that you think the thugs are better than you because you keep saying, oh, all these black women want thugs and stuff. I said, okay, first off, number one, why are you going after these women who want thugs? If some of these women want thugs, let them want the thug. They're gonna deal with everything that comes with it. You gotta do what's best for you, brother. You can't just be like, oh man, all of them are like that. I said, no, brother, no. You can't, nah, brother. You gotta attract. Why are you attracting those women? Are you just showing off all your money, all your cars and stuff? And if you're doing that, that's the problem. You showing off all what you got. You can't do that.
And I feel like that's another topic too in of itself. Y'all don't want the average black woman. Y'all want the bad bitches. And then when you get hot girls, y'all be up in arms. Like,
yeah, on the other side, you know, there's some women who don't want the average black man. And they want the super duper tough, successful dudes and stuff, but then they go up in arms about that. So on both sides, it's an issue because people are not attracted.
Right, it's accountability. You gotta keep it real about what are you attracted to and what is that the most likely to bring you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, yeah, you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah. So my
something both needs to work on.
Yeah, it's something both need to work on, and you gotta stop with this mentality of on one side, men ain't shit, ain't gonna be shit. On the other side, oh, these women want these thugs and stuff. It's on both sides. Hey, you gotta hold yourself accountable and everything.
It too.
Yep, I said on both sides now. I call a spade. I don't just be like, oh, it's just the women's fault. No, it's the men and women's fault. It's a failure of connection. It's a failure of bonding. It's a failure of getting to know the other person. It's a failure of communicating properly. It's a failure of multiple things. But I'm just saying, going on record, I'm just saying, like, hey, I'm calling a spade, and saying that, hey, you need to basically, like, both of y'all need to get together, communicate, talk, see if y'all like each other, connect with the person, and see what goes from there. And if y'all don't connect like that, then so be it. But you have to go out there and you have to try. That's why I keep telling people, you have to try to connect. Go out there, connect, and everything. And also, don't rush. I've seen some people, they try to rush into a relationship. Or they try to rush into marriages and stuff. I'm like, you can't do that. You got to connect with that person. That person may not be ready for marriage.
Right. Get to know people.
Yeah, I know from personal experience, I've dated this older woman and stuff. And everything was cool. But then she kept talking about marriage. I said, sister, I'm not ready for marriage, sister. That's just
we talking like.
Well, she was 30, and she was rushing talking about marriage and stuff. I don't have that much time. I'm like, what? If you don't, I said, hold on, I'm not ready for marriage, sister.
Where?
She was 30, sister.
Oh wow, she thought she was gonna have a young tenderoni Daniel.
Yeah, I was like, no, sister, no, not me, sister. I gotta get to know you for who you are. Well, isn't that? Oh, you don't want me. I said that's not true. And she trying to
learn though. So do you feel like that kind of taught you, okay, maybe I shouldn't try to get serious with older women because they might expect more?
It taught me that some people will try to rush you into a certain situation. Now,
Mhm.
when it comes to older women, hey, I like women my age. I like the older women. So it pretty much varies and stuff like that. But my thing is like, hey, I gotta connect with you at a certain point long enough to be where, oh,
Mhm.
I'm ready for marriage and stuff like that. But at this current time, in my current mindset, I'm basically getting my stuff together and everything, and I want to connect with people. And once I connect to a certain point, then I'm like, oh, okay, then I'll be ready for marriage. But you cannot rush me into marriage and what have you.
Okay. Right.
So going into it, what's your final thoughts on the whole dating culture as a whole, and what do black men and black women need to do in order to get themselves together? Because we got a lot of problems going on in the black community. We got a lot of issues when it comes to dating. It's a whole gender war. People saying men ain't shit, and when black men saying women ain't shit. And what's your just final thoughts on this issue?
So, about dating culture, I mean, I kind of feel like it's what you make it. If you want to really get to know one person, stay off the apps. Really take time to get to know someone genuinely, hang out, do things, be open, be vulnerable. You know, put yourself out there.
Yeah.
As far as this gender war thing goes, again, I just don't feed into certain things. Like, I would never, like, there's no gender war over here. I mean, men are men, women are women. I feel like if we respect that and respect each other for who we are, then there's no problem.
I certainly agree with you. And my final thought on this whole gender thing and dating culture as a whole, the problem really stems from the failure to connect with people. People don't want to connect. Everybody is trying to use everybody. You got the men trying to use the women for sex and everything, and you got the women trying to use the man for money or whatever. And it's a failure to connect on a personal level. And even if you connect with them, it's a failure to communicate and have you. So my two things is I tell people to do is connect and communicate. Connect and
Mm-hmm.
communicate. Those are very important things with dealing with a relationship, what have you, and just dealing with any type of connection, whether it's friendships, you know, bonds and making bonds with people. Like you gotta connect and you gotta communicate with that person. If you don't, then things are gonna go off the rails and what have you. You're not gonna truly find the relationship you're looking for. And I say stop on both sides putting each other down. For the black men,
Mm-hmm.
stop calling these women bitches and hoes and stuff like that and they thoughts. And then you shock that you got the whole thoughtish behavior. And on the women's side, stop telling these men that they ain't nothing, they ain't gonna be nothing. You all realize that you gotta realize that rhetoric affects them and everything, and on a personal level. And you can't just be going around saying these men ain't shit, ain't gonna be shit. These men ain't nothing. I'm strong, independent. These black men ain't nothing. I said you can't be doing that. You gotta connect with the man and everything else. You look that black man up. You got a lot of things going on in the black community. You already got the police killing us, and the world is trying to demonize the black man. And then the black man has to come home and hear all that mess. So you gotta stop doing that mess. Same time, the black men stop calling these women bitches and hoes, and the black women have it hard out here. Sometimes some of them already feel like they ain't worth anything, and for them to come home and hear all this, you be trifling, you just you nasty and stuff like that, and all this stuff. It's like on both sides, this just need to stop
Yeah,
this end this nonsense.
on this, Daniel, because it really does go deep. You know, I don't even really want to. I don't even want to dive into it because it really does go deep as far as the black woman, black man dynamic.
Yeah, but we'll go into that for another time. But I just
We
want to
will.
remind people that hey, give a shout out to Jasmine. Make sure y'all check her out at this club that she's working with. I told you before, she's a bottle girl. Jasmine, tell them what a club is, sister.
So Club Mirage, November 12th, tomorrow is going down. We'll be having the bottles. You know, it's a BBW strip
Yeah,
club. Come
ooh,
out.
yeah. Yeah, so all the men out there, if you like them BBWs and stuff, you like them thick black women, you better go to that club, brother. It's a strip club for BBWs. Throw that money on them, brothers. Yeah, and Jasmine, tell them your IG, sister.
Okay, so it's the infamous Kitty on IG. If you know, you know.
Yep, go ahead and follow them on Instagram. Make sure you support them, support the black women, brothers. And with that, damn damn signing off, I want y'all to listen to this outro music. Hey, 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 hey.